let's talk about the 10mm handgun. If you've been following my channel, you know it is my round of choice. A lot of people say it is the most powerful semi-automatic production handgun made. I have to agree. With today's ammo, like Underwood, we're going to talk about ammo. We're going to talk about 8 different 10mm handguns available for you. And I'm going to just show you, and you can decide on which one is appropriate for you. And I think you'll enjoy this video. As we know, Jeff Cooper, way back in the early 80s, developed it. The FBI adopted it for a while. The Miami shootout helped with all that. If you're into the 10mm, you can just Google 10mm weapons education and see some of the older videos I did on the story of this wonderful round. I just really like the 10mm round, and I'm glad that new manufacturers like Rock Island Armory is coming on board and making the 10mm. Let's get right into it right now. I'm going to grab these guns, put them in my hand, close up, 1080p, talk about them one at a time, and then you can make your decision. If you ever want a 10mm, you can come back to this video and say, you know, that's the one I want. And as always, welcome to Weapons Education. Please subscribe, please tell a friend, and let's get right into it right now. I am proud that since I have started the channel, I have brought the 10mm up a couple of levels in everybody's mindset that it is still available and a wonderful round, not only for hunting, but for personal self-defense. Let's start the video off with looking at some of the new hottest rounds there are out there. My wife Tammy is here as normal. Tammy, please take a zoom in here. And as we know, Underwood makes awesome ammunition for 10mm. I'm not going to get into all the ballistics in specific right now because we have a lot to discuss. Take a look right here, Corbin. I mean, we're looking at 135 grain, jacketed hollow point, buzzing at 1,400 feet per second. As we move down, this Winchester silver tip hollow point, that's flying pretty fast also. Larger grain bullet, 175 grain. Love the Hornady. This is just some options for you to buy 10mm ammo. It's out there. You can find it. 180 grain. And then the double tap, it's out there. Go to their website. The 230 grain equalizer is kind of what I like. But whatever you like. 1,040 feet per second. I mean, that's flying. And then this right here, if you just take a look at this whole bucket, I've spoke about this in the past, Georgia Arms. This is a bucket of 1,000 full metal jacket, FMJ. And if their website says they're sold out, you call them, and I'm pretty confident you can get your order in and have your ammo within a month. Now let's get into the guns. The 10mm guns, modern day. Let's start out with the Colt Delta Elite. One of my pride and joys of the collection. Please take a nice close-in zoom there, Tammy, at this gorgeous gun. My first gun in the collection, alongside with a Smith 686 revolver. Gorgeous. It's a pricey gun right now. If you wanted to buy this new, they're running around $1,700, $1,800. And please take a close look right there. Can you see that? It says government model. This goes back to in the early 80s, 83, 84. And the FBI adopted it shortly, and there's a whole story behind this gun. We won't get into it now. I've done separate videos on how the 10mm was adopted. the 10 millimeter round is a longer 40 caliber. So the FBI adopted it with this gun along with some other guns and decided that the 10 millimeter was too powerful. They ultimately shortened the 10 millimeter round to a 40 caliber, but this is an option for you. This Colt Delta Elite was reintroduced in the 2008 SHOT Show. It's pricey. It's beautiful, but it's about $1,800. It's pricey. Let's look at some other options, and I'm going to bounce around here to keep your interest. Here is one that is no longer in production. And this is a sweet package. Actually, one of the subscribers on the channel was kind of nice to alert me of this on Gunbroker that there was one for sale, because it's a revolver and it's a 10 millimeter. So how do you put a 10 millimeter into a revolver? Smith makes this revolver, or used to make the model 310 Night Guard and also 610. This is the shorter version, the 310, which I prefer smaller guns for concealment. Okay, so I have this, and to load it, you have to get moon clips, and you put your 10 millimeters in there, and you load it up, and you're good to go. What I want to say about the gun is two things. It's a scandium frame. So if you find one of these, whether it's new in box somehow on Gunbroker because Smith doesn't make it anymore, it's very lightweight. If you find one of these, what you need to be aware of, it's a great revolver, it's accurate, it's going to definitely get the job done, but it's a scandium frame. It's so lightweight that the recoil on this it's big. It's almost like too much. I would have preferred if Smith made this in a steel frame, to tell you the truth. So the other thing you need to know is these moon clips will not be perfect. You have to buy like 10, and like 6 or 7 of them will be perfect, and you'll ditch the other 3 or 4. So I've got like 40 moon clips for this gun, and I have like 30 that I'm happy with that fit perfect. So this is an option. You can find it out there on Gunbroker. Not my favorite option, but it's really cool. It's a 10 millimeter revolver, and this is one big bang, and you don't have any flying brass coming out of a revolver. Remember that. You know, the revolvers are awesome. You got no flying brass coming out of a revolver. Now here's, just moving around here. Of course we know Glock really kept the 10 millimeter going. They've got 2 versions of the 10 millimeter. The 10 millimeter is the most powerful Glock made by far. The 29, the smaller, easy to conceal package. And what you can do with the 29 is you can put the larger, massive Glock 20, this is a Glock 20C. You can put this magazine into the smaller 29, just like that. And we can get a spacer for it also. For instance, I have a lot of 10 millimeters. Here's a 29 with a spacer. So you see, it's got the Glock 20 magazine in it, 15 plus 1 in a small concealed package. So if you're going to decide between a Glock 29, which these are both 29s, here's the 29 with the 20 magazine in it, here's the 29 with the normal 10 plus 1 in it. So you can get the 29 and have those options of changing magazines, or you can go for the big boy, the Glock 20. This happens to be C with the compensator on top. Now, I must say, between the two, I differ, depending on what I'm about to do. But I got to say, the 20 really does shoot smooth, because it's such a powerful round. You do not want to have a small grip on such a powerful round as a 10 millimeter. It's a cannon. So I've said I've liked the 29 better in the past than the 20, and I always keep going back and forth. You know, Glock makes awesome guns. You've got to love them both. This is good for concealment. This is good for open carry. This is good for the shores of Alaska, bear. I believe, and you guys can correct me, I'm not a hunter, but the 10 millimeter has some special, how do I phrase it? It's a special criteria where it's the only gun allowed to hunt white-tailed deer, and I believe that is accurate because it is so powerful as far as a handgun. And correct me if I'm wrong on that. The 10 millimeter handgun is allowed in many different states as a handgun to shoot white-tailed deer, and this would be the puppy you want. 15+1, nice massive package. This is what I keep next to my bed a lot because I like the light and laser and all that, especially the light. I'm really big on lights for home protection. Now, I spoke about Glocks. Let me bring into you really what I think, for the money, the best bang for the buck. As we know, the Glocks cost about $600, by the way. And we know, well, I don't think I mentioned, but the 310 is in the range of $900, this revolver. Price about this Kimber 1911 10 millimeter. This has a special place in my heart. I mean, this is the bomb. If I had to choose from all of them, you know, this just might be it. Of course, I love the Glocks and everything I've shown you because that's why I purchased it. Tammy, please zoom in close here on the Eclipse Custom 2. In production as we speak today. This gun's right about $1,300, 1911. Every bell and whistle you want on it. The finish is amazing. It will not shine during the day. It will not shine during the night. Kimber, this is one nice government model, 5-inch barrel, 10 millimeter. The Eclipse, hence the word like moon. That's why the shine is so perfect. I don't know how they pull that off. This is a special 10 millimeter, and if you're going to get a 1911 10 millimeter, this might be the one if you could afford it. We're going to look at a couple more here in a moment, but for the rest of your life, you'll be happy with the Kimber purchase of this Eclipse. I mean, this gun's very low recoil compared to every other gun I just showed you. This is like shooting a 9 millimeter, and I am not exaggerating. The holster system, of course, you know, I have my own custom holster series. This is as gorgeous as it gets. My own custom line. It comes with my logo on it. This is the basket weave. That's an option when you check out. I have to let you know about my custom shoulder holsters. The quality compared to Galco, I've done in other videos. Double the gauge leather, double the quality, double the screws are brass. Everything is better. It comes fully assembled according to your height and weight. Look at the basket weave on these magazines. So you're carrying, people say, well, a 1911 is 8+1, that's not enough rounds. Yeah, carry 2 spare mags. Let it hang comfortably over your body. And this is my premier carry lately. I mean, Tammy, right? Yes. It's right. So now let's go take a look at some other guns that are available that I do not own, but I want to show them to you, like EAA Witness, Rock On Armory, CZ. Let's do that right now. These guns I do not own, but it's very important to bring to your attention. for 10 millimeter. I'm on Guns America, the timing of this video. An EAA Witness, $509. That's a nice looking 10 millimeter. And they have multiple pictures here. That's an option for you. If you want a lower cost, $510 10 millimeter EAA Witness might be a good option for you. So research it, please. Let's look at another good option. And that is, what we have here is Rock Island. And Rock Island, I got to commend them. They recently, in the last year or two, got into the 10 millimeter world. One of their reps actually commented in a personal message to me and communicated with me and thanked me for bringing the 10 millimeter on the forefront of people's minds, because it's such a powerful round in a semi-automatic, and we need to be aware of it, that it's available. So the Rock Island is not all that expensive. This one currently is selling, buy it now, $570. And then another good option for you is this Dan Wesson edition through CZ. This is a sweet gun, very pricey. Well, not very pricey, not for a Dan Wesson. This is awesome. $1,350. I do not own this gun. I just want to bring it to your attention that it's available, and it is called the Razorback. So this is something you may want to look at also, the RZ-10, and it's just awesome. Let me know what you think of all these different guns. I just showed you the 10 millimeter as a whole, and what do you think? I think it's a great option with modern day ammo. The Dan Wesson Razorback RZ-10 and that Kimber. I mean, those are two sweet 1911s. The Glocks, high capacity, you can switch out your mags. The revolver, I'm not so crazy about that scandium frame. It's a little too much for your hand on that recoil. That Colt Delta Elite, very sweet gun. But I tell you, it's up to you. It's all up to you. You gotta at least get a Glock. Alright, check it out. Please thumb me up. Please tell a friend. Please subscribe. Please help me support the channel. I'm doing a lot with the NRA in the background, and I care about all of you and your support, and it's thumbs up mean a lot. It just goes a long way to motivate me to keep making more videos. Rock on 10 millimeter. Tom checking out. Thank you.